Thanks for joining us for your Midday News. I'm Mary Strong alongside meteorologist Jerry Steffen. Dare I say, it's not just hot, it's scorching outside.
Yeah, it's dangerous hot to be out there long periods of time. Yeah, temperatures, like I said, approaching 120 again today. We could see some records set later this afternoon like we did yesterday. Clear skies. The good news is it's dry air. We'll see relative humidity around 5%. Single digits today.
Okay.
But how long will it last? I'll have the numbers. 7 day on the way.
All right. See you shortly. Thanks, Jerry. Our top story this morning, 2 people are dead after a 5-car collision this morning involving a big rig on Interstate 10. The crash happened a little before 7 o'clock this morning near the Bob Hope exit on the I-10 East. CAL FIRE says 2 people are dead, another 2 are seriously injured, and 3 people have minor injuries. They were taken to the local hospital. Interstate 10 heading east was closed while emergency responders worked at the scene. There are reports that as of 9:45, the freeway was partially reopened. The crash is still under investigation. Stay with us as the story continues to develop. Turning now to a new noise ordinance in the city of Palm Desert they're working on. They want to put a muzzle on those annoying early morning leaf blowers. The city council wants to restrict when landscaping crews and maintenance workers can operate power equipment. That means there would be no noise before 7 in the morning and after 5:30 at night. And they would completely ban noisy equipment over 70 decibels during government holidays. There are some exceptions like private homeowners and golf courses. Also tonight at the City Council meeting, the council is planning to spend big on park improvements, but not everything is going according to plan. The City Council is set to approve nearly $1 million purchase for new playground equipment and shade structures at Civic Center Park, a major upgrade for families dealing with triple-digit heat. But there's also a setback. The city is rejecting all bids for federally required accessibility improvements at Cahuilla Hills Park, and they're starting the bidding process over. That project is now months behind schedule. Both items are on tonight's agenda, meaning they'll likely pass without discussion. The Indio and Cathedral City Police Departments were one of the many police departments in the state to recently get anti-DUI campaign funding. The 2025 Proposition 64 grant includes funds for toxicology laboratory analysis, educational campaigns highlighting the perils of drinking and driving, autopsies, and patrols to crack down on DUI activity. The specific grant amounts were not disclosed, but overall, the California Highway Patrol distributed $35 million through the program paid by Proposition 64. One of the biggest music icons in the world is coming to Acrisure Arena this fall. Sir Paul McCartney announced this morning that he is kicking off his Got Back tour at Acrisure Arena right here in the Coachella Valley. The concert is scheduled for September 29th. So if you're feeling the Beatlemania and want to purchase tickets, they go on sale Friday, July 18th. We've got all the information on our website on NBCPalmSprings.com. We're going to head back outside and take a live look from our Agua Caliente casino camera in Palm Springs. We're bracing for record-setting temperatures today. Let's check in with Jerry to see how hot it could get today. Jerry?
Yeah. Much like yesterday, temps are going to be about a dozen degrees above normal. Already 106 degrees in Palm Springs. Totally clear skies, light winds, 8% relative humidity, already down to the single digits. And thermal, 100 degrees. They set records yesterday. We'll have that in the full forecast, but 22% relative humidity, 14-mile-an-hour winds out of the north. They'll be onshore later on today. Temp check time, 95 degrees at Yucca Valley, Joshua Tree, 99, 29 Palms, 104. Desert Hot Springs, 1,000 Palms, 103 at Indio. Like I said, 106 at Palm Springs and 90s already around the San Gorgonio Pass. We have that ridge of high pressure, which is like yesterday, sitting over the top of us, ensuring those numbers will be well above normal. 116 to 120 today. Dew points in the 30s. And like I said, already seeing some single-digit relative humidity. So the good news is it's a dry heat. 118 our forecast high for Palm Springs, 119 Cathedral City, Rancho Mirage, 113 Desert Hot Springs today. And because of that, we have a few advisories out there regarding the heat. Extreme heat warning in effect for the Coachella Valley, much of Riverside County. Heat advisory from the Inland Empire down to San Diego County. Add that, an air quality alert That's in effect for the Coachella Valley. All those expire tonight at 8 o'clock. 118 today and a Comfort Air 3-day forecast. Then the high gets pushed aside and the numbers come down. Still above normal, 112 Friday, under sunshine, about the same on Saturday. Full forecast and a peek ahead to next week in just minutes.
All right, Jerry, thanks. Well, as Jerry mentioned, the heat is soaring, which means the risk for heat-related illnesses is very high. Our NBC Palm Springs' Tiani Jadaling spoke with physicians on signs to watch out for before heading to the hospital.
The temperatures here in the Coachella Valley are set to hit over 110 degrees for the rest of the work week. But with these extreme temperatures, is it safe to stay outdoors? One physician I spoke to says it goes case by case.
The more birthdays someone accumulates, the less their body's able to adapt to changes, right? People are more sensitive, for lack of a better term. Furthermore, patients who've accumulated more birthdays have higher rates of medical conditions.
William Calarisi, a Palm Springs resident, considers himself a triathlete and frequents the valley's public pools. But even after training for years, heat exhaustion and heat stroke are top of mind.
I'm acutely aware of that because I also bike and I also run. So I just want to make sure I'm fully hydrated the whole time. And I'm also covered. I'm usually in a cap, when I'm running, or also long sleeves as well.
The athlete says in the heat, feeling signs of heat exhaustion, as much as he tries to avoid it, comes when he least expects it.
It all of a sudden happens, and then you have to really be careful and watch out for those signs.
Dr. Alex McDonald with Kaiser Permanente tells us there's a big difference between heat exhaustion and heat stroke. Signs of exhaustion include feeling tired, a headache, dizzy, and worn down. But heat stroke is a medical emergency, and those signs could be very dangerous.
Vomiting, dry skin, very confused, fast heart rate, shallow breathing. Now, that's a medical emergency, and in that situation, we always tell people to call 911.
Dr. McDonald also recommends modifying workouts during extreme heat and avoiding outdoors during peak hours. That's usually around 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. As for popular areas like the Fritz Burns Pool, employees tell us trained professionals are ready for cases of all kinds.
All of our staff are American Red Cross certified, so they are fully trained into dealing with heat exhaustion, heat stroke. So in the event if someone does start to feel a little bit under the weather, we are able to go ahead and provide care to them.
Tiani Jadaling, NBC Palm Springs.
With the summer heat reaching dangerous levels, utility experts warn about possible heat-related power outages or public safety power shutoffs. Our NBC Palm Springs' Brett Rosen has that part of the story.
Temperatures are rising in the Coachella Valley, and with that, so is the risk of heat-related power outages. As we have seen in just the last few days, multiple places in Palm Springs shut down due to having no power. Virginia Vicent, a shop owner in Old Town La Quinta, says she knows all too well the effects of losing power. Due to the heat, she says not just the lights and air conditioning, but everything went out in her home for 3 days at the end of June.
I was out there at 3 o'clock in the morning with a flashlight, what's going on, and it was just like a section of our block that was out. I lost food. I had to, make sure that I had to clean it out, and with the heat, and there's no way of you cooling down now, even outside.
There are rules where Vicent works. The property owner requires business owners to close their doors when it's above 100 degrees. If the power were to go out, Vicent says her store would have to close.
We won't have electricity. We won't have, our registers running. Our air conditioning definitely will affect. You can't be in this hot building without any backup generator.
Southern California Edison says it's rare to turn off power for a public safety issue here in the Coachella Valley. Utility experts say there are ways to keep your home cool, such as closing the blinds and curtains, setting your thermostat to 85 when you're gone and no lower than 78 degrees when you're home, and the use of fans, which require less energy. Sherry Bustamante owns a boutique a few doors down from Virginia Vicent. She once had a business on wheels, so she knows how to keep the business going even without power.
I'm accustomed to using my phone for transactions. Luckily, my POS system is very mobile. So if even have to take it outside, I can do that.
And that was our Brett Rosen reporting. Still ahead on your midday news, I'd take you on a tour of the new low-cost Desert Hot Springs Animal Clinic. That's coming up next. But first, we're going to head back outside and take another live look at our Indian Wells Golf Resort camera this time. Jerry breaks down your full 7-day forecast straight ahead.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more.
There's been a shakeup for the group that operates Acrisure Arena and co-owns the Coachella Valley Firebirds. Oakview Group CEO and co-founder Tim Leiweke has stepped down after being indicted by a federal grand jury in a bid rigging scheme. The indictment alleges Leiweke conspired with another bidder called Legends Hospitality to drop out of an arena project in Austin, Texas. The quid pro quo was allegedly in exchange for subcontracts at the $388 million Moody Center. OVG and Legends Hospitality have agreed to pay $15 million and $1.5 million in penalties. Leiweke will stay on as a shareholder and vice chairman of the board. A spokesperson for Leiweke released the following statement to CNBC, quote, Mr. Leiweke has done nothing wrong and will vigorously defend himself and his well-deserved reputation for fairness and integrity. The company recently agreed to manage the historic Plaza Theater in Palm Springs and is in talks to take over the Palm Springs Convention Center. Eisenhower Health in Rancho Mirage has been named one of the nation's top hospitals for heart attack care. The hospital earned the 2025 Silver Performance Achievement Award from the American College of Cardiology, one of just 79 hospitals nationwide to receive it. This award recognizes Eisenhower's consistent success in meeting high standards of heart attack treatment, including timely care and adherence to proven guidelines. According to the CDC, more than 800,000 Americans suffer a heart attack each year, and staff at Eisenhower Health say early detection and treatment are key to survival. It's movie night at Center Stage in Indio, and this time the movie is Nacho Libre. The free event starts at Indio Center Stage at 7 o'clock tonight. It's sponsored by the Desert Wildlife Center. The first 100 kids will get Indio branded capes so they can feel like the wrestling legend himself. Attention animal lovers in Desert Hot Springs. The new Desert Community Animal Center opened up yesterday. It's the only veterinary services center in the city of Desert Hot Springs now, and one of the few low-cost vet clinics in the entire valley. I was able to take a tour of the facility and spoke with Executive Director Dan Rossi. Take a look. This is the new Desert Community Animal Center here in Desert Hot Springs. It's run by the Greater Palm Springs Animal Allies. They're the same group that runs the Palm Springs Animal Shelter and the new Wildlife Center. This is a much needed service here in Desert Hot Springs. They haven't had a vet clinic here since 2018. There's some local residents here in the lobby I want to introduce you to. This is Carolyn and Vicky. Carolyn, you're here today because you wanted to check out the facility, and you were telling me how excited you are to finally have a veterinary office here in Desert Hot Springs.
Absolutely. Just so happy the new facility is open, and I actually made an appointment for my cat who needs a well check. It's already a year overdue, and just so excited for all the residents here in the city that we have a place to go.
Wonderful. And Vicki, you were saying that this is a welcome change here.
Needed, so much needed, because we had to go to Palm Springs or Thousand Palms, and I just wanted to be prepared for my Georgie to be up close and personal right here. And it's wonderful, and we're so excited, and we can't wait to bring them.
Thank you so much, ladies, for sharing with us. Let me take you on a quick tour of the facility. This is the main waiting area and the lobby, and this is one of the patient rooms here. So this is where guests will come in with their pets to be seen by the veterinarian. And then as we come back here, you'll see a X-ray room off to my right here. And then we've also got a surgery suite with 2 tables here. And then back here is the triage area where you'll see veterinarians and staff working behind the scenes. I've got Dan Rossi, the executive director of the Palm Springs Animal Shelter, here with me. Dan, this is huge. Why Desert Hot Springs?
It was so important to open this here because Desert Hot Springs had no animal medical facilities here at all since 2018. It's been very difficult for the residents here when they've had animals that have had needs to have to drive miles away. And again, it was sort of the perfect situation. This facility has been sitting here empty since 2018. It's been great working with the city of Desert Hot Springs to be able to take this over and open it as well.
And this is huge for all the residents here in the Coachella Valley. We have just a handful of low-cost veterinary services here in town. Tell me more about that.
So although we're in Desert Hot Springs, this facility is open to anybody in the valley as well. So again, access is a difficult thing and pricing is a difficult thing. We purposely have made this a lower cost clinic here as well, and we'll have a sliding scale and really work with people depending on what their needs are. We're looking towards the donor community to help us help those lower income individuals as well and support this entity as well.
Wonderful. And congratulations on the grand opening. And I appreciate your time. Thank you so much, Dan. And really, it's a huge service coming to not only Desert Hot Springs, as we just said, but the entire Coachella Valley. At the ribbon cutting, I spoke with Scott Mattis, the Desert Hot Springs mayor, and he said, quote, that every family deserves access to compassionate and affordable pet care. It couldn't get any better than that. If you'd like to make an appointment, you can visit desertvet.org, and they are open right now for appointments. We're going to head outside and take a live look at your Agua Caliente Casino camera in Rancho Mirage. I'm sure you can tell it's a hot one out there today. Jerry's going to break down your full forecast coming up next.
These are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating. And we couldn't agree more. NBC Palm Springs News. Even astronauts tune in for their news fix. When it comes to top stories, we're on a
Looks pretty good looking at a monitor, right? Yeah, clear skies, but a little toasty outside. Before we get to the future, let's look at the past. Yesterday, we had above normal numbers that were kind of close to record setting in Palm Springs. 119 the high yesterday, 120 the record. Yeah, we came 1 degree of tying the 120 set back in 1958, but thermal southeast end of the valley hit 120, smashing the old record of 117 set back in 1958. Currently, triples already in the Coachella Valley, 107 degrees at Desert Hot Springs, Palm Springs, 104s at Thousand Palms and Indio, and we still have about 4 hours of heating to go, so those numbers are going to go way up. Winds a little breezy, basically out of the west around the San Gorgonio Pass, opposite direction around the Coachella Valley, but onshore winds will take over around sunset later today. More on that coming up. Visible satellite cameras from the satellite looking down to cloud tops, not seeing anything over the Coachella Valley. We did have a marine there. That is long gone. It'll return tomorrow morning along the immediate coastline. Radar, yeah, quiet over Southern California thanks to a ridge of high pressure, which is still with us, sitting over the top of us, ensuring those numbers will be several degrees above normal. 116 to 120, our range of highs for the Coachella Valley. Plenty of clear skies today. Specifically, we're going to hit 118 in Palm Springs today, 2 away from tying a record of 120. 119, Cathedral City, Rancho Mirage, and La Quinta. Desert Hot Springs, 113 today. Even Banning in the triple digits, as is Yucca Valley later today. So an extreme heat warning still in effect for the Coachella Valley, much of Riverside County down to Imperial County. That expires at 8 o'clock tonight. It extends into Arizona, so widespread heat over the southwest. Also a heat advisory, Inland Empire down to parts of San Diego County. That expires at 8 o'clock, as does an air quality alert. High pressure kind of trapping the pollutant ozone layer down to the ground. So we're getting some of that in the Coachella Valley all the way to the coastline. Again, expires at 8 o'clock, like the heat and heat warnings. 83 the overnight low for Palm Springs tonight, 80 at Indio, and we'll see clear skies this evening. Tomorrow, we have a disturbance to the north, which will kind of shove that high to the side, and the numbers come down, but still above normal. 111 to 114 clear skies for the valley, specifically 111 in Indio, 112 Thousand Palms, 113 Palm Desert Friday afternoon. Winds a little gusty. I upped the wind forecast for today from the upper 20s to lower 30s around the wind-prone areas late in the afternoon. San Gorgonio Pass and Desert Hot Springs today and tomorrow. They back off a little bit on Saturday. Strong breezes along and north of I-10 later today and later tomorrow. Keep in mind with the dry relative humidity, we don't have any fire danger listed, but the fire danger is somewhat high. Anyway, surface moisture stays dry. Single-digit relative humidity tomorrow, may be up a little bit, but still dry with dew points in the 40s as we head toward the weekend. And monsoonal moisture stays to the east of us over the next several days. This only goes out through Wednesday, but Thursday into Friday, we could see that closing in parts of Southern California. I'll keep you updated. Stay tuned. Comfort Air 7-day forecast. Excessive heat warnings in effect today through 8 p.m. tonight. 118 for Palm Springs. Closer to 112 Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Back to normal Monday. A sunny 109.
And now the Agua Caliente Entertainment Report, brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
One of the biggest music icons in the world is launching their U.S. tour at Acrisure Arena this fall. Sir Paul McCartney announced this morning that he is kicking off his Got Back tour right here in the Coachella Valley. The concert is scheduled for September 29th. If you're feeling the Beatlemania, you can buy tickets starting next Friday, July 18th. We've got all the details on our website on NBCPalmSprings.com. And we've also got a new website. It's designed to bring you the stories you care most about. We've got our top stories and breaking news right there on our homepage and our newsroom tab, where you're going to find our community events, all organized by date. We'll be right back. We have a last check of your weather forecast before we go. Jerry and I were just talking at the break about why it's so darn hot, and he was explaining in interesting terms that I can't understand. You were saying the pressure's coming down, and it's just creating a lot of heat.
A lot of friction there. The atoms are rubbing against each other. Anyway, so yeah, it's going to be hot again today, much like yesterday. We have temperatures like 118 for Palm Springs, 119 Cathedral City, Rancho Mirage, and La Quinta. If you have to be outside, limit your time under the sun. We have lots of advisories out there, including an air quality alert too. But most of all, it's a heat warning in effect today through 8 o'clock tonight. Numbers back off a little bit, still above normal. 112 on Friday, 111 Saturday, back to 112 Sunday. The normal high this time of year is 109, and we'll be at that number on Monday.
Ooh, and I'll look forward to next week. That does it for us. More news coming your way at 5 o'clock tonight, and we'll see you back here tomorrow morning. And wishing you a happy Friday.